Hey y'all. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head today. Um Hey y'all. So if you saw my recent video, or one of my recent videos, I post a lot of videos. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I took a break from posting videos for a couple days. Like I don't feel like I posted a whole lot. And then I'm like, oh wait, I actually did post videos. It's just like when I started, I was posting 6 videos a day on TikTok, and now it's more like a handful every other couple days. Anyways, I found a place. I'm moving this weekend. It's kind of a rushed move, but that's just how it worked out, and I'm really excited. It's funny, I was literally predicting this all week, or before this week even, of like things might come together quicker and more unexpectedly than we had planned for. That's, everything that's squaring Uranus right now. We just had the solar eclipse squaring Uranus. So things are kind of changing really quickly and really rapidly. And then it's such a weird energy right now because there's a lot of in between. There's a lot of downtime in between the things that are changing. Does that make sense? With the pre-shadow Mercury retrograde we're in Pisces. Now the moon's in Pisces. We're in Pisces season now. Happy birthday, Pisces. So there's like this liminal kind of space that we're still in, even though things are changing and changing rapidly. It's hard to articulate. It's like both things are happening at once. But anyways, I literally every single time I move, which has been often the last several years, I use my astrology. It always lines up. Like I was looking back at my text messages about this place that I'm moving into this weekend because I'm kind of hopping around from furnished place to furnished place because I still have to get all my stuff shipped out here from Colorado, which is a whole thing because it's like a 20-hour drive. But anyways, so I'm like trying to find furnished places, and nothing was coming about. I had like been texting with this lady for like a week, and I ended up extending where I am currently. And that lady was like, oh, we have another spot that's available if you want it. And I was like, okay, just give me a couple days to see if there's anything else, and then I'll get back to you. And she just happened to text me yesterday and be like, oh, we have other people interested. Like, do you still want it? Like, what's the update? And it's funny, I went back and I looked at my astrology on the day that we originally started talking about this place. I ended up booking it. And I had Mars on my progressed IC. And like I teach this, if you've taken my Become an Astrologer course, or you've heard me talk about this in other videos, using astrology to move, I literally have a whole like lesson on it dedicated to this concept in my astrology course of like using your astrology to plan a move, because it is time and time again so accurate, so on point every single time. So I looked back at what was going on when I had that original conversation with her, and she like let me know that this place was available. Mars was on my IC. And it's just like, you can't make this shit up. Like every single time I move, it's always lined up with something in my astrology like triggering it. So I swear to God, y'all, my faith in astrology is like strengthened every single time I do something in my life. Every single time there's like a major change, or even just every time I look at my chart, my faith in astrology and the timing of everything is just so validated and confirmed of like, it really is your life's timing. Astrology is your life's timing. And human design is like how you move through your timing. And I know to trust at this point my sacral authority with these things as well. I've had so many experiences in the past where I've been looking to move and I've been looking for a new place, and it's just things weren't exciting me. Things were like, this feels off, trusting my gut. And last minute, I was the reason why was unveiled to me of like, oh, it was because those things weren't aligned, and I just had to wait for this one thing to come in that actually was exciting me and actually was the perfect fit. So yeah, I learn these things often in my life of really trusting my gut and really trusting my intuition. and not, you know, falling for the shiny object syndrome or the dangling carrot or whatever, or operating from fear, or operating from like, oh my God, I have like 4 days to find a place. Like, oh, la, 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 I should just go with this place, even though it feels off. I've learned so much at this point. Like, no, I have to trust my intuition, because there's something that's not here yet that is more aligned than what is here. That doesn't feel right. Does that make sense? This is exactly how I feel right now. Yes, I feel like we're all really in such a liminal space right now, and all kind of learning this lesson collectively. Also, I'm doing live readings if anybody wants one. I think I forgot to publish it to my link in bio, but it is in my link in bio now. If you want an astrology reading, that is in my bio. But yeah, so I continue to learn how to trust my intuition and my human design authority more and more and more. And surrender the mind from wanting to or trying to figure everything out, because that's never how it goes. Like, I think I recently posted a video about this too, of like, if you're feeling really tested right now, to trust that what you want is coming in the way that you want it. Answers are coming soon around that, and why you had to wait, or why what looked good didn't feel right, or didn't feel fully aligned. There was something that I was looking into for a client recently about that, and I was like, I feel, because we also have a Mercury retrograde coming up, so it starts in a week from now. And for her specifically, this was around some big opportunity, and I was like, I feel like there's gonna be a kind of shiny object that comes in with it. Like, there might be this one opportunity that looks good on paper, but it doesn't feel right. And then there's gonna be, if you like wait for what feels right, there's gonna be an even better opportunity, kind of thing. So that's really, we're all in that phase right now in various ways. Especially like I said at the beginning of the live, with everything that's in Pisces. We just began Pisces season. So big lesson of Pisces energy is to learn to trust your faith and remember faith in the transitions, because we're transitioning from spring or winter into spring right now, and the mutable signs are what transition us, and they're really transitional energy. So we're really in this big this big liminal space in a lot of ways. It's funny, I was just talking with a friend about this, because we randomly got snow where I live, and she was talking about how she's annoyed that it just all of a sudden is like almost the end of winter, and now we're getting snow, and now it's like, okay, we can't go outside and like do things. And the last few weeks, our bodies have been so tired, we didn't want to do anything. And now the weather is like, nope, still not yet. And it's like, okay, but I'm feeling like I want to do more shit. Like, I really have felt the fire horse energy already. We're in the year of the fire horse. The Chinese zodiac shifted yesterday. And then we have the Saturn, you know, Saturn is in Aries now, Neptune's in Aries. Like, it's very fiery energy, but there's still things that are kind of lining up energetically that we don't know about yet, or don't have a way to articulate yet. That's kind of going on behind the scenes. So yeah, if you're in that energy right now, you're not alone. It's really a big season we're all kind of in. And the North Node is in Pisces, so we really can't plan much right now either. We really just have to like fucking flow and trust, which has been challenging for me as an earth sign, and a fixed earth sign. But yeah, that's where we're all at. Gloria says true. Yeah. If anyone has booked a reading, let me know, because I have to refresh the page. And then we can get into it. I'll pull up your chart and we can get into it. The link is in bio. But yeah, that's really the energy right now. And like I said too, we have a Mercury retrograde in Pisces beginning next week. And that will be going on for most of March. until March 20th, we are in a Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So very, very liminal energy. Very, very liminal energy, especially since it's moving over the North Node. Or moving back over the North Node. Closer to the end of March. Right now it's on, the moon's on Mercury. It's at 18 degrees. And Venus is on the North Node at the moment. We're going to have the sun move over the North Node. I mean, there's just a lot illuminating the direction we've been heading for the last year. In new ways. And also we have, oh God, there's just so much going on. We have Mars challenging Uranus as well, which is a weird energy. Yeah, the Mercury retrograde is till March 20th. It starts on February 25th, so a week from today. We're just in the pre-shadow right now. But yeah. Where does everyone have Pisces in their chart? Where do you have Pisces in your chart? Because that's the area it's going to be showing up the most. And then tomorrow, if you saw my weekly update that's on my YouTube for this week's transits, you already know about this. But tomorrow we have the moon entering Aries and moving over Saturn and Neptune. So that will be interesting. That will be interesting. Giving us kind of an emotional foreshadowing of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Ooh, 7th house, relationships. 5th house, okay, dating, creative passions. Oh, rising and Jupiter, nice. 2nd house, money, I love it. Money and possessions. Trying to think of the last time I had, oh, I'm actually going to have a Mercury, because all the Mercury retrogrades this year are in water signs. So wherever you have water signs in your chart, that's where we're going to have all the Mercury retrogrades of the year. 2nd house, yes, possessions, money. Is that money coming in? Depends on your chart. Money can come in, but also depends on what else is going on with your 2nd house, what's going on with your 8th house, what's going on with your 6th and 10th houses. I'm doing readings here on live right now. If you want one, you can book through my bio and we can look at it, but it depends on a lot of stuff. I would say in general, it's like you reevaluating money and possessions. Could show up with food as well, because that's also 2nd house. How will that affect us depending on our water placements? Yeah, depends on your chart. But in general, it's like reevaluating the Mercury retrogrades this year, because they are in the same signs or the same elements every year. So last year, I believe we had, was it last year we had them all in fire signs? Because yeah, we had one in Sag, we had one in, I think we had one in Leo. But in general, it's like reevaluating emotional stuff, because that's water energy. And Mercury retrograde is just reevaluating your mindset as it relates to those things. And your communication around that, as well as, yeah, more so communication, mindset. It's very mentally focused, Mercury is. But also could slow down, travel, short distance travel could slow down like communications in some aspects, so that you really reflect and you make sure that you are making like aligned decisions. Like Mercury retrograde gives us an opportunity to slow down and really make sure we are acting on things that are in alignment for us. It's really a reflection period. I'm trying to think, the last Mercury retrograde we had, I believe, was in Sag. Wasn't that, it was like December, maybe that was the year before last. I can't remember. Oh my God. That makes sense, yeah. I remember when I first learned about Mercury retrograde, I learned about it through my ex, this was before I knew about astrology really, or like I knew about astrology, but I wasn't into it as like, it wasn't my career yet. This was 2016, 2017. I learned about it from my ex and didn't know shit about astrology transits at the time. The only thing I knew is that it like helps you to know it's coming, to be prepared for it, because it will cause delays. It will cause like tech issues or whatever, right? It will force us to kind of slow down in different ways so that we operate in true alignment. Kind of like the energy of, you know, if there's a traffic jam up ahead, like on your way to somewhere that you always go, and there's a traffic jam, and then you get to where you're going and you like meet somebody there serendipitously, and it's like, oh, I never would have met that person if I hadn't had the delay of traffic or whatever, right? That's kind of Mercury retrograde energy. Like it slows us down so we actually move in alignment with what's meant for us. So yeah, not bad, not good. Just a slowdown of energy and how we're learning that planet's lesson as well. I feel like, let me see actually when the last Mercury retrograde was. I can't believe I can't remember that. Doo-doo-doo. No, it wasn't Sag. Okay, I had that right. It was in Sag. Wait, it was like kind of short. Hold on. Yeah, it was on November 8th. It's funny, it was in my third house, and I was kind of reevaluating like where I go and who I talk to on a daily basis. Like my kind of routines, my everyday stuff, like how I ran errands and where, literally like where I would go on a daily basis changed. Like I was reevaluating, okay, do I want to like prioritize leaving my house and going to a coffee shop to work from every day? So funny how like literal astrology can be. But yeah, that was the last Mercury retrograde. It was November, yeah, the first week of November. Okay, if anyone books a reading, let me know. Link is in bio. Kind of serendipitous that today we have the moon and Mercury. Well, right now we have the moon and Mercury 18 degrees, and it's the 18th. I feel like there's some synchronicity to that. Are y'all feeling Saturn in Aries? I literally, the minute like Saturn moved into Aries, I was like, let's fucking go. Like I felt it. Same with yesterday's Lunar New Year. I like woke up feeling the shift. I am a little, yes. Yes, especially the fire horse change, yeah. Amazing day. Oh, yes. Yeah, I like woke up and I just felt so much more charged. Also, I was looking at the compatibility of like my Chinese zodiac with the current Chinese zodiac, and like this year of the snake wasn't really a good year for me. And this year is kind of like, it's not super great for me either. I'm a wood dog. But it's better than last year. It's just like a little bit more volatile. And then 2027, we're going to be in the year of, I think is it the wood goat or the fire goat or something? I need to look that up actually. A rush of hope. Yes. Yeah, I feel that. Let me look up 2027. Chinese zodiac. Did you also feel very tired the last couple of days leading up? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And my sleep has kind of been weird and wonky as well. Oh, it's the fire goat in 2027, which is going to be really good for me personally. So I was like looking into that. And then, oh yeah, 2028 will be the monkey, which is also good for me. Oh, I love the dog. Yes, we get along. I'm a fire tiger. Oh, cool. Fire tiger. I love that. I would love to say I'm a fire tiger. I feel like dog is kind of boring. But it does make a lot of sense. Horse into horse year. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was asking, admittedly, I was asking ChatGPT about my, like, the compatibility of the current year and my Chinese zodiac. And it was really insightful. It was really helpful. Jupiter return year too. Oh, do you have Jupiter in Leo? I'm really excited for Jupiter in Leo as well. I feel like I thought Jupiter in Cancer was going to be good for my like career because it's in my 10th house. But then I'm like, I don't know, Jupiter doesn't like to be in Cancer, and it hasn't been bad. It just like hasn't been like what I was expecting it to be. And I feel like Jupiter in Leo is going to be a lot better. Chat can be so good at explaining some things like that. Yeah. Yeah, if you give it the information, it can be really helpful. I should do some course on that too, like talking to ChatGPT about astrology, because so many people get their shit fucked up by ChatGPT. Because it will tell you, it can like pull things from your birth data, but it cannot. Like, I don't know why it's telling people it can do that. And then it like messes everything up. But you just have to give it all the information. Like, I will give it all of the information of like Saturn is squaring my moon, like like stuff like that in these houses. Like, you have to give it all the information. Any predictions collective for the Saturn-Neptune conjunction? Yes. Oh my God, I have so many. I did a whole deep dive class on it in my membership. That's where the replay is. And I'm doing another class tonight in my membership for astrocartography, because I have been doing an astrocartography course series in my membership. But I did a whole, like, I do a lot of transit update deep dives in there as well. And they're live classes. So you can come join live and post your chart and get questions about your chart answered. And then the replay as well, you can do the same thing. There's a comment section on all the classes inside and the replays. And I did a deep dive on the Saturn-Neptune conjunction and also the movement of Saturn and Neptune into Aries in general. I think it's going to change a lot about the collective. Moving forward, we're going to be, this is mostly because Saturn and Aries, like, more valuing authenticity, more valuing action, and needing to really be disciplined with, this is more Saturn-Neptune conjunction, like really being disciplined with how we're acting in alignment with our instincts and our intuitive knowing. And really rooting in collectively, like a new identity and a new way that we are embodying our authenticity and our own energy. And specifically around, like, on a personal level, like whatever we have been healing the last 6 or 7 years within our identity and shifting and stepping into, that's different than who we were before and how we interacted with the world. So expanded my waistline too this year. Oh my God. That was me with Jupiter and Taurus. I was like, when Jupiter was in Taurus, I was like, is anyone else gaining a bunch of weight? Like, I feel like and that seemed to be a collective experience too with Jupiter and Taurus, but it also makes sense with it being in Cancer. I think that's just a collective, how do I say, Like, I think that's happening because of the frequency changes and the technology changes that are taking place. Like people's, how do I say, it's like a protection mechanism. My 10th is Leo. I hope it's great. Oh, yes. Yes, so much inaccuracy. Yeah, with ChatGPT. I've literally given it everything and it still got stuff wrong. So it really is not super reliable. You have to know astrology. I love your weekly reads on YouTube. Super accurate. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. I like, sometimes I question, I'm like, this is like too specific. And then sometimes they're too general. And I'm like, is this resonating? Do you get along or collab with other astrologers? Just wondering because of the perspectives, it could be fun. No. I'm a manifesting generator and I'm a 1-3 profile. So I've really like done things my own way. And I don't really, I like Ziggy Astrology. She's like the only one that I will watch her videos and like support. Cause I just don't resonate with anyone else. So no, I'm really not in that world. I do my own thing. Been so drawn to astrocartography. Would love to learn more. Yes, come join the membership. Yes, I've been doing a course series in there on astrocartography. There's, let me count. There's 5 classes already inside the course, 5 or 6. Let me go to the video library inside the membership. Hold on. 5, and then I'm doing one tonight. It'll be live in about 2.5 hours. I'm doing a live class. Hold on, I have to see something. On the, like, the planet lines on the MC or the IC. So last week we did a class on the planet lines that you have that are AC or DC, and I went through all of them, like Pluto on the AC, Pluto on the DC, Saturn on the AC, Saturn on the DC. All of them, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, like we went through all the planet lines for the ascendant or descendant angle, because basically the reason you have, like, say I'm on my Venus MC line right now. The reason my Venus MC line goes through here is because in my relocation chart for this location, like if I were born at this location instead of where I was born, I would have Venus on the MC. That's a relocation chart. That's why my Venus MC line goes through here. Does that make sense? So I explained that more in the course. And there's also one on relocation astrology. There's a beginner astrocartography class. There's an astrocartography deep dive. We go into parent lines, aspect lines. And then I have a whole class dedicated to like the planet angles and talking more about like, okay, if you have this square in your chart, you're going to have these 2 planet lines close to each other. Like my Venus square is Chiron. So I'm near my Venus line and my Chiron line isn't too far away because they're in a close square in my birth chart. So anyways, we go into that in the planet angles class and the astrocartography course. And then, like I said, the AC/DC planet lines. And then tonight we're doing the MC/IC planet lines. And those are deep because I go into each planet like on those 2 angles, and like it's like over an hour each class. But yeah. There's one astrologer on here that charges $2,400 for a reading. Who is that? I'm in shock. But yeah, I'm really nerding out on astrocartography right now. It's what I really just am loving to like talk about and teach about. So yeah, and that's, my passions is what shape what I teach at any given time inside the membership. So there's new classes every week. And then I do my weekly YouTube live in there. And then the replay gets posted to YouTube. But I do it live in the membership. So you can see it and join it before it gets posted to YouTube and anywhere else. And then I'm going to start doing, once I move, because I have to move this weekend, and I'm like, ugh. But once I move, I'm going to be doing astrology shares in the membership of like kind of like reading people's charts on a live together. and we'll take turns and like look at someone's chart and get what we see. Like it's going to be more of a kind of astrology reading collective, and we'll rotate every week astrology and human design. So like one Saturday it'll be astrology, the next Saturday it'll be human design, kind of like a reading share. So I'm really excited about that. If you've taken any of my courses, it will help support you like really integrate the knowledge and feel more confident reading charts. So I'm going to be doing that soon in the membership. And yeah, new stuff emerging all the time in there. But I also just love the forum because I get to talk to y'all and like we get to nerd out on certain things. Like someone recently posted about how Saturn and Aries like has shown up for them, and that was really fun. And then I nerded out because I met somebody. So I have been living in Colorado for like 11 years and I made some really great friends over there. One of my friends is a Virgo rising, Virgo moon, Pisces sun. And then I live in Oregon now. I moved to Oregon like a month ago and I met someone here, same exact chart. Like they have the same exact birthday. Like they're chart twins. They have the same exact birthday. They were born like an hour and a half apart. Both Virgo rising, Virgo moon, Pisces sun, like same exact chart. So I've been like nerding out about that in the membership because I'm like, I've never seen, like they're basically twins, but they were born on opposite ends of the country and don't know each other. Like it's like wild, the parallels. I had to reread it when I saw it. That is a mortgage payment. Yeah, that's wild. Who is it? At this point, it's a morality thing. I can understand a course, yeah, but not a reading. Yeah, unless maybe I don't know. I what? It's not like a package. It's not like a. My God, that's insane. Yeah, that's really wild. I need to know who it is. Hi, Ayana. Welcome to Oregon. You'll love it here. Thank you. I do really love it. I love it a lot. You said it 3 times? Is it getting filtered out? I don't see it. If I get a soulmate reading, is that on live or through email? It's a written interpretation that goes to your email. It's instant, so you'll get the PDF as soon as you purchase. It may be, oh, okay, yeah, because I didn't see it before. That's wild. Usually TikTok tells me when they're filtering out comments, but Evan Nathaniel, okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. Wait, is that dude that's like, he does like the predictions and he's like, these 3 signs, for these 3 signs. Is that guy? Ugh. I can't. I can't. Sorry, my sense in human design is judgment. I have a really strong fucking judgments. I don't even want to look him up. I don't even want to give him the energy. Okay, Virgo. It's because my Mercury is at the Virgo degree. I think it's very Mercury and Taurus too. Like Mercury and Taurus is like, no, I have my opinion because I've like researched this and I also am very intuitive and like it's in my 8th house and like claircognizant. Like I just know. Never been accurate for me, yeah. What kills me is the fear mongers through astrology. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I just hate videos that are like that. Like these stories, like I just can't do it. How has everyone been taking the Saturn and Aries? I'm stoked. I feel like I felt it immediately, like the minute it shifted. And I just was like, I just started making certain TikToks and like speaking about things very like Aries energy. I also have Mars in Aries, so I feel like it's activating my ability to like really speak up for myself and be like, no, this is like, you know what I mean? Being straightforward and like direct. What do you talk about on a reading? Whatever you want me to talk about. Depends on your chart, depends on your life, depends on what you want me to look at. What do you want to get a reading for? My throat chakra has been great these last few days. Yeah. No, I feel that. Like things that I normally would have just like brushed under the rug and like not spoken up about, I'm all of a sudden like, no, actually, what is this? No, that like everything. Well, girl, you should book a one-on-one then, because we ain't got time to go through everything on live here. This is just, it's just a mini reading. Whatever stands out. You can be direct. You can say what you want me to look at. It's going to be more helpful for me and you. Link is in bio to book a reading. The eclipse was rough, though. I think I'm getting fired. I feel like everybody's getting fired because that whole paradigm is crumbling before our eyes and has been for years. I feel like a broken record. I've been talking about this for years, ever since Pluto's been transitioning into Aquarius. Like, the job market is changing. The job market has been changing. We are getting shit done with Saturn and Aries. Yes! Yeah, I feel like just so fired up. So fired up. Right, yeah. Yeah, I have a friend in France who is like losing her job, but she's wanted something else for like so long, and this is just kind of like the, okay, here it is. It's time to really step into what I actually want instead of trying to like continue to make this work, even though it's frustrating, or I've wanted to do my own thing for so long. Now I finally get to, it's like, that's how I'm here with y'all right now. I got fired during COVID because my job was like no longer a thing anymore because of the lockdowns. And I wouldn't be here with y'all if that weren't the case. Like, I started doing tarot and people knew I loved astrology, and just one thing led to another. So really just trust where you're like led right now. I'm actively looking for a job and feel good about it. Okay. It's true. I'm following my path. Yes. We all need some forced alignment sometimes. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, and that's the energy. Like, this was a big thing that kept coming up when I did my Saturn Neptune class. Saturn, Neptune, and Aries class in my membership was like, we can't force what's on a line anymore. And if we still try to, it's going to get ripped out from under us. Like, just how things happened in like 2020 when we were still trying to force things that weren't aligned. They got ripped out from under us, and we had to like actually do what we wanted to do and live more from a heart-centered place. And that's a time period that we're all in right now. Okay, S, let me pull up your chart. Yeah, I got your info. It's in the form that you sent. I got it. What's going on with career? Yay, I'm excited too. What's going on with career? Scorpio rising? Oh, you're deep in your Pluto sextile Pluto right now. Is there a move you want to make? Wait, you have your Pluto sextile Pluto in the same areas I had mine. And that time period is really about stepping into what you actually want to be doing for money. That's that maybe has been different than you thought it was going to be or what you thought it was going to look like. Like when that was going on for me, that was 2021. That was holy shit, that was 5 years ago. I really had to like be dedicated with building this astrology thing. I really had to I was really being tested to fully step into it and to not return back to like working customer service, which is like my past. And I had to really step into like new forms of sharing myself. Like that's when I started TikTok, and that's when I started my podcast. And like it all kind of happened within like a month period. But also I was going through a lot of transformation and change within my living situation related to that as well. And like my career was like building my career, which like I say it, but back then I didn't have consistent clients. I didn't have a big social media following. I didn't have a career. I was like in the beginning stages of building it. And I had to be really disciplined with it. And it was kind of all that I had. Like a lot of the times I didn't even have a home, but what I did have was like building my TikTok and building my podcast and like building up my career. So that's kind of a similar phase that you're in right now, is stepping into what you actually want to be doing for money. There might be something you're reflecting on learning as it relates to that as well, like gathering knowledge around so you can then turn around and share it as part of what you do for money. You can have success with social media. You can have success with like building community in person to help people with like mindset, spirituality, like healing arts or modalities or things like that. I mean, you have so much in Scorpio. Like I would be shocked if you didn't pursue something related to like astrology or woo-woo or whatever it is. Yes, I really want to quit my corporate job. Yeah. I feel like for you, it has to be kind of a transition. Like for me, I needed to not have a backup plan. And I had to like fully take the leap with no other option. But for you, it kind of feels like it'd be more helpful to have a transitional period where it's like you're building up your thing. That's different. And then you like, once it's successful, you step more into it and you do quit your other job. But yeah, right now it's just about being, building it, especially with Saturn in your 6th house. I also have my Saturn in the 6th house, and it was a lot of, again, like I had to be disciplined and committed with building the career I actually wanted and the type of work I actually wanted. I use whole sign houses, so that's it's in the 6th with whole sign. But it's still the same meaning, 5th house is creativity, so you have to be consistent and disciplined with what you're doing creatively. That's your passion for work. Same story with Placidus or whole sign. It's just what language are you using to talk about the story. It's something you are like naturally talented at too. You like pick it up really easily. Like I picked up astrology really easily. It's kind of that energy. I mean, I'm kind of speaking to your 10th house, like, I'm just not naming it, but that's what I'm getting. You really need to be building consistency with what you're doing. It could take off even as soon as this summer with Jupiter moving there for you. You just need to be consistent with it. Consistent and disciplined. Saturn energy. Okay, keep me updated, Stephanie. I'm excited for you. I feel like this spring and summer is going to be really good in terms of like transitioning. That's what I don't understand. I know Virgo is my 10th. Jupiter is going into Leo. So I read whole sign houses, which can shift your placements. You can read about that on my blog, but I read using whole sign houses. But don't focus on that. Like, focus on the messages that I'm telling you instead of like the astrology jargon. Because the jargon doesn't really matter. It's the story that it tells. You'll be successful when you're disciplined with what you're doing. That's actually your heart's desire. Yes. I post these lives to my YouTube as well. So if you like, I kind of covered all of this that you're asking about. You can go back and watch the replay once it's posted to my YouTube. And you'll like see anything that you missed because I literally covered all of this. But I have to move on to the next person. So we have Louise next. And I also do one-on-ones if you wanna go deeper and have more time dedicated to you in your chart. Okay, Louise. Sweet, just purchased a soulmate reading. Yay! Yeah, it should be in your email. Yeah, this felt very surface. It's a quick reading. It's a 5-minute live reading, girl. I told you that before you booked. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Louise, pulling up your chart. Louise, I didn't see anything in the notes that you want me to cover. So what do you want me to look at? More general. Okay. What's going on with your work right now? Oh, wow, you really are in your Jupiter return. Like this very moment. Is there something you're reflecting on changing about your work or routine? Maybe home too. There's like stuff that you're maybe wanting to move or something with Uranus on your IC right now. That's kind of intense. Like home feeling very unstable. In refugee and immigration work, it's all unstable. Oh, wow. Yeah, for sure. Wait, didn't you say you're looking for a new job? Is it in the same line of work? Yeah, there's a lot of focus on stepping in a new direction with money. And right now you're kind of in like a reevaluation phase of things. It feels like things could move forward in March because we have Jupiter going direct March 10th. And then the Mercury retrograde is going to be in your second house. So it's kind of like the energy of just sit with things and don't act. Don't take like too quick of action. I mean, you can if it's aligned with like what your intuition is telling you to do or it feels good, but also if you act on something in the next week, it could be like reevaluated or you could realize like, oh, I acted too soon on it with the Mercury retrograde there. Also in working through visa in Spain. Been in this area for a long time. Okay, it's your business. Okay. Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand what you said about visa. Hi, C-word. Thank you. You're like trying to get a visa or? Oh, acquiring our Spanish visa. Okay. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Wait. We'll eventually relocate. Okay. What's going on with business, though, with your business? Can do a lot remotely and have a great team here. Okay. Just the climate is bonkers. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and there's, that's not really in your control, so not much that can be done about that. But it feels like for you, if things have slowed down, they'll pick up in the next month or so. Also feels like a lot of focus now is on like solidifying in just better routines for yourself, as well as it's like all routine oriented. Very direct challenges with our clients, so much out of control. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It feels like things will get better come like the spring and summer. And like I said, it feels like a lot of focus for you personally is on like doing what you can in your routine, like having a meditation practice or like having something in the morning that grounds you and clears your head, like kind of thing, so that you're not getting swept up in the chaos. Maybe even like I don't know, finding some new group to go to. It's giving like maybe your Gemini moon needs to be like more nourished outside of work. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, let me know how things change like a month from now, end of March. I'm curious to know, because it feels like things, I don't know, it's like the puzzle, like the things are still falling into place around whatever it is, and so it's like something's gonna shift end of March. Totally makes sense. Yeah. Are you in Spain? Or where in Spain are you? Just got back, was in Madrid. Oh, cool. Yeah, I have a friend that lives in France, and she's literally moving back to the US because of how like crazy it's getting over there. But I've always heard great things about Spain. It's exciting. Exciting. I feel like everyone's just kind of crazy and chaotic right now. Like there's just so much changing. It's like bringing up all the shit. A lot of that move is family related. We homeschool and would 100% rather put our school. Yeah. So the family part makes sense too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my God. I feel like this summer will be really good for you. But the energy, I mean, and like I said, in general, is just really crazy right now. Okay. anyone else wants a reading, let me know before I hop off and we shut her down for the day. What are your thoughts on all this 6th house energy? I mean, I spoke to that. It's like routine oriented. Things will start to move forward in March when Jupiter goes direct. Might be a lot busier, like I said. So you'll have to really have your routines in place to not get swept up by the chaos. Yes. That's kind of like, again, the collective's on that kind of timeline. Things are going to settle down like March and April. It's like we're all kind of trying to live inside a tornado right now. Inside a tornado. All right, last call for readings if anybody else wants one. Link is in bio. Or we'll just shut her down for the day. And I'll be back. Probably next week I'll be back. Maybe Saturday, but I doubt it. Probably next week. Because I'm also in my own chaos right now. Moving this weekend. But we do what we have to do for changes that are ultimately better for us in the long run. 25 degrees important for Mars placements? I don't know. I mean, that's a Leo or it's an Aries degree. So could be. Depends on your chart. Depends on your chart. We can't isolate placements. Can't isolate stuff. Do you have Mars at 25 degrees? Has over 16 aspects. How is that possible? Is it on one of your angles or something? It's on one of your angles? So you're born on your Mars line? Oh my god. I was born on my Mars line. Ugh. I did not love that energy. It's in Virgo. I know it doesn't like being in that. Yeah, there's a way to work with anything in the chart. You just have to understand it. Know how to work with it. There's no good or bad placements. It's not how I view astrology. I view astrology as like, there's a way to understand what this means and how to use it. How to make sense of it in your life through your chart and align with the highest side of it. For your growth and evolution into your highest potential. All right, y'all. I'm hopping off here. Come join my membership for my live astrocartography class that I'm doing inside tonight. If you missed the live or can't make it, you can watch the replay as well inside the membership. It's the only place you can access the astrocartography course. And yeah, hope to see you inside, or I'll see you next time.